Good morning, folks. Today I have entitlement, government entitlement, including subsidized housing and disability and so on my mind, since we as a nation are grappling with the idea of health care for everyone. And I understand that Obama was motivated by the fact that he thinks that if his mother had been able to get treatment, she might not have died of breast cancer. So he is motivated to get universal health care for the poor, for everybody, rather than, and right now, I'm on Medicare. I have also taken advantage of subsidized housing. I lived in a housing development for mothers with disabled or in some way impaired, or just plain couldn't pay the rent.
You're also on Medicaid.
Oh, Medicaid, yes. And during the time that I was mother in subsidized housing for mothers and children, I was getting state aid access for my Medicare, and so the access paid for everything, and I didn't
Medicaid.
Medicaid. I did not get very much in disability, SSI. Later on, when I got old enough for Medicare, then the government paid my Medicare costs, and whatever they didn't cover, Access did because of my low income. So, okay, I'm an example of someone who has received probably maximum coverage. And I can understand why President Obama and others don't feel this is fair. Because now, Medicare costs have zoomed to the sky. And they're going, I was reading where Medicare alone is going to be too expensive for us to fund if we don't take it apart, if it's not taken apart, and the ways that people are abusing it by very expensive procedures, all sorts of things because the government will pay. The government is not even going to take in enough money to pay for Medicare for seniors and the disabled, let alone for everybody else. So you can see that all this is leading to crunches, and it sort of disheartens me when I see seniors going to these town meetings and just complaining because anything that they have is going to be threatened at all. And I think they see health care for everybody as a threat to them. There'll be less for them. Well, I don't think that the government should be spending a disproportionate amount of money on unproductive members of society. That is, they're not working, they're not contributing at this time, and they're, the entitlements that they're getting are far beyond. It's starting to roll. The camera, we're having a little trouble with the camera, but it stopped. I don't know what happened. But anyway.
I think the camera wants to throw up.
Yeah. He's worried about me talking about these things. Like I'm biting the hand that feeds us. Hey, I'm just saying. I'm looking down the road and saying we can't afford entitlements that go clear out of control. The costs get out of control because people take advantage of it. And the same with subsidized housing. And I think this is what happens when government decides they can do a better job of taking care of people than their families, the communities, anytime any outside organization, which in Utah, it's the church, the Mormon church. The Mormon church practically promises to take care of you and your family and all your needs if you are a good member, a good tithe-paying member. And I think the same thing happens there. They abandon family that doesn't do this, so there's the church causes, to me, a split in family so that the church becomes the good members' family, and the bad members, the ones who aren't church, they are there's a split. And the same with the government. If the government takes over because they don't think families are doing a good enough job, the families just sort of step out. I mean, why worry about disabled mom or old mom if she's being taken care of by the system? Medicare, all kinds of subsidized housing, then homes, then right until death. Hospice. Medicare pays for hospice, so why do families have to worry about it? For thousands and thousands of years, families have worried about these things. But now, the government, someone's saying, oh, we can do a better job of taking care of it. Well, the government can't do a better job simply because what happens is there's no head, there's no thinking going on. So, as a result, people take advantage of good old government in all kinds of ways. They work the system.
You get 3 minutes.
People come in these places. They say, if you're in subsidized housing and you are getting low Social Security, you can come in here and you can drink a heck of a lot more than you could if you were paying full rent and didn't have any place to go.
Here it comes, I can see it.
Oh, he's worried I'm saying this. See this man over here? He has got lots of extra money to drink on. Well, a lot of guys like him, they can't resist. If they got the money, they're going to drink. Because it used to be they had to pay money for their house, they had to pay money for their utilities. Folks, in subsidized housing, you do not pay for your utilities. That's the best subsidized housing, which I'm in. So I feel guilty even because I think I have more money to spend on a low income than a lot of families do in today's world. They got to pay high bus fare, they got to pay car insurance, they got, the stuff that an ordinary family that's not on subsidized housing, not on Social Security, has to pay to live is just unbelievable. They're the ones that are getting squeezed, while us, just like this old fellow here, are just living the life of Riley.
I'd like to meet this Riley guy.
Oh,
because
you're
he was
living
good.
the life.
How the hell is this life of Riley? What,
Oh, well,
what's
you
this
get up in the
what is that,
morning,
an
you
old
don't
country
have
term from
anything
somebody?
to do. You drink all day long with no consequences except your health. Is this wise for subsidized housing, the government to subsidize? Hey, try getting alcoholics from living in subsidized housing. They like it because there's no accounting, much less accounting than if they were
I
in.
believe you are mistaken with the person that just got their ass booted out of here for
Oh,
being
but
disgusting
he
drunk.
did not get booted out until he had made a public spectacle of himself for months before he had done this over and over. Well, if he had been in ordinary housing, which he will have to do now, he would have to pay a lot more of his income for ordinary housing than he did. He had too much money for an alcoholic to have, like you do. You got way too much money. You could drink every day, all day. So folks, just think about it. Think about what your government tries to do.
Time's up.
Is it a good idea?
Works for me.
Yeah, sure, it works.